Hi everybody, it's Brad with the Big Family Homestead, and in this video I'm asking a few questions, and the first of which is, what the heck happened to my albums? So let's get going. Okay folks, so I have a few questions and I need you to be in participation in this video. This is going to be an interactive comment section video thingy, and you're going to help me, and we're going to come to a deeper understanding of what is getting ready to happen mentally. Brain dump time. Here we go. So here's the scoop. As I start this video, you're going to have to trust me. I promise you there's a point, and I promise you that I think most of you will be able to follow my pew 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 rabbit trailing. So, but as we start, here is the scoop. Here's the first question. What was the first album, and I mean album, that you bought with your own money? Now, if you are in a specific age bracket where, first of all, you know what an album is, B, you were buying them at some point in your life, and C, you will remember. I guarantee you, it's one of those things where if you really liked music and you liked the whole album thing, you would know which album it was that you purchased with your own money for the first time. And for me specifically, and you guys got to put your albums down there in the bottom, what record you records, what is a record anymore, right? Which album record you purchased with your own money. And for me, my first one was Journey Escape. And I actually saved up my pennies, and we went down to this, it was a grocery store that had, a bunch of records in the front of the store, and it was called Albertsons, and I bought my record, and I brought it home, and I thought, man, this is cool, and I put the record on the record player, and I sat down and I listened to it song by song by song from one end to the finish. And I looked at every piece of cool artwork was on there, and I read every lyric, and I went through all of the notes, and it was just really, really neat. And so I was thinking about this the other day, where, first of all, record companies don't really make albums so much anymore. They do, but they really only focus on a couple hits because they want to sell them as singles. And then that made me thinking, okay, well, do I buy music like on CD anymore? Well, I personally do, but that is a trend that is going away very, very rapidly. Most kids don't even, they never have something tangible in their hands. It's a file. It's literally a digital file of zeros and ones strung together that make an MP3 or some kind of an audio file that they listen to on their phone or their device, or they pump it to this or that or their iPad, but they never have something physical and tangible in their hands. And that led me to think, well, wait a minute, there really is a trend to push for that in terms of money too, and getting away from actually physically having cash. Well, don't get me started on the whole what happened to gold thing. That's a whole nother ball of wax. But there's a push to get away from having actually physically, tangibly cash in your hands. And then I got to thinking, well, geez, oh Pete's, there's a lot of stuff that is just literally going away. Tangible things that you used to be able to pick up in your hands, things like books. I know, what the heck is a book, right? We have Wikipedia, we've got YouTube, right? What do we need books for? And it just really started to make me kind of have alarm bells going off in my head thinking, well, wait a minute, where does this lead? Now, here's a question for you. First, you got the album question. Second question is, where does it go? Where do we go as a society if we don't have things that we can hold in our hands and rely on that are going to be the same yesterday, and they'll be the same today, and tomorrow they'll be the same thing? Where is that stability? Where is that tangible rock? Now, I could go super spiritual with you, and that is awesome, and I do believe that in my heart of hearts that Jesus is that yesterday, today, and forever, but that is not the point of this specific video, okay? So, but here, follow with me now. More and more things are being removed from society that are actual constants. The tangible things that don't change. You can pick it up, hold it in your hand, and it's the same. And so there is the question, kids. Where does this lead? I mean, does it stop? Do people all of a sudden at some point go, man, that's probably not a really great idea to be getting rid of things like hard currency or books? And for me, this whole thought process just started out because albums. I love music. And I really, really am bummed that you can't go and buy a new cool Pink Floyd record that you'll sit down and listen end to end, and it'll just take you to some cool place, or Leonard Skinner, or whatever your thing may be. Maybe you go more Newsboys or whatever it is, and that's cool. But it just kind of saddened me to think we're losing bits and pieces of society very, very quickly. And the more and more that we become a digitized people, I think the quicker it's gonna go. So there you have it. It's kind of a brain dump. And the bottom line for me is, where does this lead? And is there a way back? Is there a way back? And even if there is a way back, will people bite? Will they bite? Will they go for it? So there you have it, people. The whole point of the video is we as a society are losing all these tangible things that we can hold in our hand, and well, frankly, stuff that is not just vapor, that cannot just be removed or changed or deleted or blah. Yeah, so anyway, that's the thought. And I guess if there is a solution at all, please put the solution down in the bottom in the comments section. If you're the one that's holding out on us, if it's you who has the idea, the solution, and you're keeping it to yourself, man, oh man, don't you need a thumping? Anyway, there you have it. Please share the video. I greatly appreciate it. So does my family. I'm Brad with the Big Family Homestead. You guys have an amazing day.